What's going on? It's Big A the Mank Geek, and to be honest, I don't really know what to do a video on, so this video is kind of going to be on multiple things because there's been stuff that's gone on that I just want to address and talk about. This is kind of like a trail mix of a video, so getting a mixture of things. Some you may like, others you may not. It depends, but here we go, we're going to do this. So first up, I want to speak about Dan Slott. I haven't seen the whole EVS stream that he did with Dan. Apparently, from what I saw in the comments on the video, I mean, I am planning to watch the whole thing, but I specifically saw the bit where he referred to kind of people as he blogs on the internet as pixels. And let me explain. I kind of understand where he's coming from, but I think he's being a bit too militant with it, or I get that impression just because, yeah, I get it. If someone's saying something extremely crazy and horrible and mad online, and they are literally a proper troll, then yeah, fine, okay, consider that person like, you know, pixels on a screen, and yeah, block him. Whereas if someone's kind of being critical of your work, you can't really consider them a pixel on a screen, because they're a human being who's trying to, well, critique your work. I mean, don't take it personally. And that may happen often, and a lot of people are going to do that, obviously, because a lot of people purchase your work if you work for Marvel. So you can't consider those people pixels and be dismissive of them. It's just a dehumanizing tactic, and I think it makes things easier to get worse. Yeah, because you're dehumanizing people, so therefore your responses and reactions to them aren't going to be, well, nice, so to say. You're dehumanizing someone, so you're going to talk to them like they're not worth a damn. They're not worth your time. They're not worth anything. They're not a human to you. So that's the kind of bad side of it. And yeah, it's very interesting because I think essentially he could kind of mend the rift with a lot of people, but I get the impression that he has such a problem with DNC, perhaps, maybe, I'm guessing, and a few others, that he's not willing to do that for whatever reason. But that's on him, but all this stuff can easily be resolved. Next up, we had the non-controversy, which was the Amazons in Justice League are apparently the clothes they're wearing are too skimpy. They're wearing skimpy armor because male gaze, and the costumes were designed by a man, and that's evil and wrong. Yeah, it's stupid. Like, literally, someone's taken a picture from Wonder Woman of Amazons in armor, and then they've taken a picture that was taken on set of Amazons by the Batmobile, and this was like the actresses, the background artists, just kind of chilling on the set, and just took a photo of the Batmobile. And someone decided to put those two photos together and then claim that, and take the second photo out of context and just state that, oh, these are the costumes of the Amazons in Justice League, whereas there's actually other costumes where they're in armor. So as to why someone decided to flip out and then take that picture out of context and compare it to the one from Wonder Woman, and even in Wonder Woman, actually, in the movie, there's parts where they're not wearing armor, and what they're wearing is a bit more revealing. And I don't know what the problem is, because the women who play the Amazons in Wonder Woman and Justice League, they are literally like strong women, like they're athletes and crossfitters. And so, you know, to have them stood there in kind of all their kind of female glory, and, you know, be muscular and be strong, athletic women, that's empowering to them. I don't understand why someone else has to take that away from them. You know what I mean? Because if they're completely comfortable being like that and they feel powerful like that, then why are you going to get upset about what makes them feel powerful? You get what I mean? Did that make sense? I hope it did. But it's a non-controversy, it's stupid, it's people taking things out of context. And then when they're brought up on that, unfortunately, the original kind of tweet gets so much traction that the ones that refute their point and do so and prove them wrong, nobody sees those. Everyone just sees the original tweet and will just click that in. faux outrage response kind of, and it's just Twitter. It's just Twitter. This is always what happens on Twitter, and it's daft and it's stupid. Finally, now this is stuff that's a few days old. It's the whole Riri Williams writer like campaign petition thing, and my thoughts on it are this, right? Marvel can hire whoever they want to do Riri Williams Ironheart. Like, if they decide to shoot themselves in the foot with whoever they pick, that is up to them. I personally would rather they didn't do that, and they take the character and mold her into something much better and make her more 3D and potentially make her likable. But I don't mind who writes Riri. Like, I want someone who writes Riri to be, I'd prefer them to be from comics, someone who's produced independent material, so to speak. I don't give a damn what their race, sex, gender is. I don't care. I just want someone to write something good for that character. But I'd rather the person be from comics. The reason being is because comics, it's a written medium, but it's also more so, in a way, a visual medium as well. And I think whoever's writing it needs to kind of have a understanding of pace and flow of the panels and as to what they want to see, because it's like seeing a film in your head, essentially. It's like, essentially it's a storyboard. So if you don't really have that much of a visual mind when kind of doing a script and saying what's happening in each panel, it's probably going to be difficult for the artist to interpret obviously what you've written and what's going on in the panel and where things are supposed to be, if there's any important objects or an important scenario going on and where people are in kind of in the scene and whatnot. It's all that kind of stuff. It's very kind of like collaborative and interpretative and yeah, I just want whoever writes her, I don't care. Like, I literally don't care. But whoever wants to write for her, have it be because you just want to do a good job. I don't care about anything else. Yeah, it's like, I get it. Obviously there's experiences that are unique to people, or that may be unique to people, but not everyone has 100% the same experiences. And also, we read comics to escape, right? Paying bills, paying rent, day jobs, the daily grind, boring stuff, but you have to do it because it's part of life. So things like comics and your movies and your TV, you just want to escape for a little bit, you know what I mean? And you just want to go on an adventure. You just want to read something nice, read something where kind of like the little guy does good things, does great things, achieves things in the face of adversity. That's what you want to read in a comic. But I don't know, I'm kind of like not bothered about the whole thing. Whatever happens with that is whatever happens with that, in a way. Like I said, if Marvel want to shoot themselves in the foot and you know, it'll just have low sales in the end, and that'll be on them, and you know, people will be like, we told you so. But anyway, that's all I got in this trail mix. Let me know as to what you thought of the Dan Slott Pixel comment, Justice League with the Amazons, apparently male gaze and all this. And obviously let me know as to who you'd want to write Riri, or if you wanted to go away entirely. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, share as well. And as always, I will catch you on the next one.